That's the thing about writing. I think if you're not vulnerable, then it's not interesting. It feels almost fake, like you're trying to you can't be a writer and hide. I feel like sisterhood is like the art of connecting with a fellow woman. I think you can have great relationships with friendships and whatever with guys, and you can talk, but there's something about relating to a woman. I think every woman's desire is to be known, and it doesn't have to be I need to be known by a guy. Do you know what I mean? It could be like I just want to be known, I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I want to be loved.
Young ladies and females, as well as young guys, even maybe older, struggle with things like comparison and competition, and they also play a part in hindering us kind of forming those bonds, those connections. How can we kind of overcome these? How can we rise above things like competition and comparison in particular?
Okay, comparison, especially in the age of Facebook and Twitter,
social media
and Instagram. Seriously, it's like on Instagram,
crazy, isn't it?
Instagram
can actually have the potential to ruin your life. I believe that wholeheartedly. More than any other social media platform. But
I've had friends pull away from Facebook because they were just like, I just can't. I'm comparing my relationship with my friend's relationship and all that kind of stuff.
Very subtly, very slowly. Then it just spirals out of control, isn't it?
But I think it's good that if you can recognize that you're like, okay, I'm comparing myself to so and so's life, because I don't feel like anytime I feel like comparison comes up, I have to remember, like, I don't know that person's story.
Absolutely.
I don't know their background. I don't know what they're going through or what they've been through to kind of, walk in the things that they're doing right now. And also I had to start literally, and I know this might sound really, that's so Christianese, but being like, okay, Lord, bless them. Like, because I feel like if you can pray for someone, it will stop your jealousy. If you can pray for someone, it will stop you from comparing yourself, because it's so hard to be blessing someone and being like, Lord, whatever they're doing, like, I just pray that you just keep them in your will and stuff like that. It's hard to pray that prayer and then turn around and be like, I wish I had those shoes and I wish I did. It's hard to do that. So
basically you're saying that, like, praying for those people genuinely and authentically, it will kind of get rid of those feelings of jealousy that you might be harboring, because
at first it might not be genuine. To be perfectly honest, it might
be
not
a
be
struggle
genuine
at first,
but if you can learn to celebrate other people
from the heart,
or like you just admire what they're doing, or you're inspired by what they're doing, to just actually reach out and be like, you know what, continue to do what you're doing, like continue to be like,
I really like that. And I think that's a really, like, really good way, unique way of being able to combat those feelings, because let's be real, like, everybody has to deal with it. Everyone faces comparison, competition at some point. Like, I guess it manifests in different ways. How have you coped with that struggle of not fully knowing or understanding your purpose?
Okay, one thing is to, every time I feel like I don't know something, I'm like, Lord, you know everything. So I just need to just simmer down. I need to stop like running around trying to be like, okay, Lord, tell me everything. Tell me, give me the ins and outs. Give me the A and B.
Details.
Exactly.
I want to know now. That's not how it works.
No. Certain things that have happened in my life, the Lord kind of told me in 6 month segments, because He was like, that's how much you can handle. Struggling with purpose, everyone does, but something that the Lord keeps telling me is that can you be flexible? Can you remain available? Can you
in that time?
Exactly.
Yeah, during that waiting season.
And also in the waiting, we get caught up in the, okay, Lord, in when that happens, and when that happens is kind of the when and then. When you need to be kind of caught up in the now and how, which is like, the Lord can use you right now. You have the potential to be great right now and be in your purpose right now. And you just need to be caught up in the, like, Lord, how do you want to use me in my workplace? How do you want to use me in the most mundane, boring,
everyday
driest season of my life, in the getting up routine of work? Like, how are you going to use me today? Because we can get so caught up in being like, okay, when I get that position, I'll be amazing, I'll do this and I'll do that, and I will travel and I will do. What can you do right now? How can are you available right now, or are you just daydreaming and fantasizing about the purpose? There's things in this season, it's the Joseph story, do you know what I mean? There's things in this season that prepare you for the palace. that prepare you for that place. This is the David story. There's things that you learn in the shepherding, dry, boring, I'm out here on my own singing to the Lord kind of thing.
Those cold winters, those harsh winters,
right? In those seasons that actually are your proving ground. It proves you,
testing to the core.
Yeah, because you need to actually know if everything that you say are your personal truths and things that you believe, or your convictions are really your convictions, or will you be moved by
the slightest wind?
Will
you be shaken by this slight circumstance, or
exactly.
that just arises, that often unexpectedly? How will you stand your ground? How will you react? How will you respond?
Can you be faithful with the small things? Can you be faithful with the things that you're just like, Lord, how does working 9 to 5 in a job that I hate with a boss that I don't like actually help me for the next season of my life?
It's really reassuring to know that you don't have to be 100% sure or certain about your purpose before you can start being a difference maker, before you can start shining your light, before you can start being influential right where you are, like you said, right here in the here and now.
I think it's great to have ideas, have an idea of what you might want to do, or things that you want to achieve in your life, maybe like 5 years, but having like 1,000 goals is probably going to be more defeating to a person than actually being like, okay, I have like maybe some 3-year goals or some 5-year goals and things that I could work towards.
You want to pursue,
exactly. And I'm just going to commit to being present and growing where I'm planted
and
right now,
staying available, which is so key. Finally, I'd like to ask you, how do you know that God is real?
How do I know that God is real? When the Lord told me that, okay, I want you to go and do this internship in America, I wasn't working. I had minimal savings, and I was just like, Lord, how is this going to happen, and why, like, what are you doing? And just hearing him just like continually reassure me and be like, just keep stepping out on faith and things like that. It was such a crazy story getting from having, I brought my ticket to go 2 days before I left.
Wow.
I saw money, the kind of money that came into my account just for, the kind of money people put in my hands. I've never had that kind of, I've always, like, I know God provides, but that's what I'm saying. If you can be available to the Lord in whatever way, it doesn't mean, okay, just in ministry field, but just your life is ministry. So if you can actually commit to the Lord and be like, whatever you want me to do, you will make a way for me, you will open a door for me, I will just commit to you. He will lead you, he will tell you what you need to do. So like in that season, I was just really grappling with the whole, I don't like asking for help, so the Lord had to deal with my independence and had to deal with like, all of those kind of things, and just kind of even telling people, I'm going, and if you want to give, that's fine. And it was just crazy. People be like, I had dreams about you, like the Lord wouldn't stop saying your name to me, and yeah, it was just, I feel like that's a really, in my life, it was like a really big God encounter for me, that I was just like, okay, Lord, you're real. You not only know me, but you're actually putting it on people's hearts to be like,
to be a blessing to you.
Go and bless her, even if it's just in encouragement or in prayer or in whatever, just like go and support her. And I was like, Lord, wow, I didn't think it was that deep, but like I'm grateful that he moves in real time. He moves in our lives in real time. He's just, his hand on our, like on my life is just like, it's so real, it's so evident.
Yeah.
And like I live by the fact that I just know that he's sovereign. You live in and out of time, so you've got me. And I think that's something that people need to remember, like God's got you, purpose or not. Like your purpose is to be loved by God and to love God.
Love like him.
Yeah, and to love God, and through the overflow you love other people and you serve well, and that's purpose. I think so many people think purpose is a job title, purpose is what your job title is on a business card, and then what car you drive and how much money you make, and if you're an entrepreneur by 25. And it's like, those things are all good, do you know what I mean, as long as they're rooted in something that's real, because
something that's greater than you. Thank you so much, Sarah. It's been absolutely amazing talking to you. It's been a fantastic time. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.